The Meta Ads Andromeda update seems to be in full effect, and this is the biggest algorithm update we've had in over 3 years. This is going to be a very important video. It was not my plan to come out with this video today, but honestly, this is going to be having an effect on all of your ad accounts immediately. You might even be seeing lower ROAS right now, and we need to fix it and we need to talk about it. So let's get into it. First thing we're going to be going over is Facebook's official report on what this Andromeda system, is designed for. So I'm going to link this below, and I'm really just going to tell you that the main word that you're going to see over and over in this article is personalized. So they are trying to go to a more personalized ad retrieval engine that shows people the exact ad that would work on them, that is perfect for exactly where they are in life based on just knowing more about them nowadays. There's like a pixel on nearly every website out there. They are listening to your phone calls and they're kind of listening to you at all times. Is something that Facebook and Instagram has even come out and reported that they're doing. We all kind of know that if you talk about something, you're going to start seeing personalized ads around it. But it is getting to that next level. It is trying to show people very personalized ads. So just to understand, Meta's reasoning for this is, of course, to make more money. And they're doing so by trying to increase the cost of CPM, but not hurting the advertiser's profitability. So the only way they can do this is just show people better ads or more personalized ads for them. If they want to start charging more like 25 instead of like a $20 average CPM across the board, but then also make none of the advertisers leave, then the ads are just going to have to be more personalized. So that is essentially why it is going to this system. Now, let's talk about how it's evolved over the years. So first, we had the Jaguar retrieval system, and this was pre-2020. And this is a very interest-based system. Then we are just leaving the Tetris retrieval system and now going into Andromeda. So I made out this entire flow for you guys to really understand how this is going to change the organization of your ads. Now, if you caught my video, which is just 2 videos back on how to structure your Facebook ads campaigns, all of that will still be applicable from an organization standpoint, but there's going to be a few things that I do need to add on to that. So it's kind of crazy that I had just come out with that video, and then now Andromeda has rolled out a little bit more, and now us advertisers understand it a bit more, but this is just kind of add on to that video. So the Jaguar retrieval system was essentially only interest based. So if you were trying to sell yoga mats, it would just show to people interested in yoga. They liked a video about yoga in the last few months, and that's as advanced as it was. And at that time, they couldn't charge high CPMs without it being detrimental to the advertisers. So they could not charge that much to show an ad, because you had to show, let's say yoga mat is what you're trying to sell. You'd have to show the ad to so many people interested in yoga before someone was ready to buy a yoga mat at that time. So it went to the Tetris retrieval system after, which was, we're going to show to people interested in yoga and looking to buy yoga related products. And now it's both of those, the interest and the intent, but then the personalization. It's knowing the exact problem that they're trying to solve, knowing their exact desires so that it shows the perfect ad to that person. Now, this is the change that you guys have been aware of, because it has been a slow rollout, but now it's very much based on each individual ad. So whichever types of customer ad 1 is getting is going to try to show ad 1 to more of that type of customer, and ad 2 and ad 3, and so on. So now it's really trying to have each individual ad to have its own optimization for a certain type of customer avatar. The reason why this is super important is because a lot of big companies are struggling to scale past a certain level. For most product-based companies, it's actually pretty difficult to run ads for more than 2 or 3 years profitably, just because you have already sold to all of the major people that are going to buy in your market, and it makes it very hard to move on. So for instance, mushroom coffee is a pretty big thing. There's a lot of companies out there like Cuppa or Everyday Dose or Rise, and you may have seen a ton of ads from these mushroom coffee companies over the last few years, but they have largely slowed down now. And the reason why is because they have gotten all of the low-hanging fruit sales. And now when they're trying to move on to these people who are buying for less popular reasons, they weren't able to do those because the algorithm was based on the campaign optimization, right? So essentially, if you were running mushroom coffee ads under the Tetris retrieval system, if you had an ad about how mushroom coffee is great for your gut, you had another ad about how it saves you money rather than going to a coffee shop, and then you had another one about how mushroom coffee can clear up your skin because it clears up your gut, or it was lower acid, right? There's all of these different marketing angles. Companies would struggle to truly scale their ads with the Tetris system because the only ads that would work are the widely applicable problem based ads. Maybe you're selling a magnesium supplement. Magnesium is great for helping you sleep. It's also great for joint pain. But what advertisers would find is that if they made a joint pain based one, it just wouldn't work at all because it was too specific of a problem, right? Maybe only 10% of the people interested in buying that product would actually be buying for that reason. So you could only run the sleep angle is what would happen with the Tetris system, right? You just could not get a ROAS good enough with these more niche problems. You could not run profitable ads with those. So it would make it so companies could only run ads for a finite amount of time to just these widely applicable problems, like the sleep angle for magnesium, or with the mushroom coffee, more of just like the energy or the economic angle, just the ones that are really widely appeal to the masses, is the only ads that you could even run. So how it's trying to work now is that if you want to make a very specific angle about how this is a low acidity beverage, it knows who would be interested in that very specific angle is what it's trying to achieve nowadays, which will allow companies to run ads for much longer. So let me show you how this may look in practice. So let's say that I have a mushroom coffee campaign. I may start organizing it like this, and I would highly recommend you guys do, because it's going to very much come down to you experimenting with tons of different marketing angles is what the algorithm wants to see. It wants a lot of very personalized ads made for all of the different types of customer avatars that you have. And then also a very wide range of content types. So we'll talk about that more in a second. But in the past, where we would just basically do like open targeting, and then you'd have all of the ads within one ad set, I may start organizing it like this. Well, I'm going to, and I would recommend that you guys do this for organization, where this ad set here that says healthier gut, this one that says save money, avoiding coffee shops, and then this one that says protein and coffee, I would maybe have these be like the same age, the same gender, all of that might be the exact same, maybe slightly different, but I'm mostly organizing it this way just so I can see the different performance as it comes down to these different angles, right? So in the healthier gut ad set, and I would have this get amino acids ad, this is just an example, you're going to want to make ads that are very specific to a certain type of person, right? So this primary text might say life and death begin in the gut. I'm going to have a gut, all natural, gut health solution. I'm going to have a headline that matches up with that. I'm going to have a description. I'm going to have the image. Everything is going to be based on that angle. Could be like with the saving money angle, stop spending almost $10 every time you go to the coffee shop and make an even better cup at home for only $1. It's going to be more angles that are this specific, because it essentially, Facebook is saying, we now know who is looking to save money, who is at that time of their life they're really looking to save money. The other reason for this algorithm update is because consumer behavior over time has actually become one that does not need as many touch points as people did in the past, interestingly enough. So for a very long time, like in marketing, you heard things like the average customer needs to see an ad 7 to 10 times before making a decision. And what they're finding with Gen Z is that they make a yes or no decision about an ad, oftentimes the first or second time they see it. And after that, they kind of just tune it out. So the first time they see an ad for a company, they look at it, they consider the reviews, they consider if it would solve a problem for them. And furthermore, they then go online, they research all of your competitors, because these are just very adept online shoppers, right? They've been doing it their whole lives and they've been living in this world. And they know they can go out and maybe search for a coupon code that's better than the one that you gave in your ad. Or maybe they can go on Amazon and find that it's 2 days shipped on there if they buy it from there instead of your website. Like, they know how to research your company beyond just from what you present to them in an ad. So they do kind of get their 7 to 10 touch points, but they do it themselves, and they would rather just see an ad and make a decision about it. So for that reason, if the ad that they are served is not personalized to them, it could be detrimental to that company to really try to gain that person's attention again. So that is why they are moving to this. And I will say, this is going to make things harder, or at least you're going to have to be a better advertiser to do this. I don't think it's that hard to write a specific caption for each different marketing angle. But in order to really scale your ads and to really earn Facebook's favor of what they're wanting to see, you set up your ad campaigns like is having tons of different creatives, tons of different angles, lots of different content types. This is actually really important, the different content types, because that is also the big personalization factor. It knows who responds better to images. It knows who responds better to full-length talking head videos that are over a minute long. And it knows who responds best to 15-second trending audio, TikTok-based content where there's just words on the screen. And you're going to want to get all of them out. So this is a good strategy. If you ever say, hey, I want to make an ad where I'm going to focus on this $1 a cup. That's your marketing angle, right? Decide on a marketing angle before making your ads is going to be a good way for you to think about this, right? So let's say I know that I want to focus on this. Hey, our mushroom coffee is only $1 a cup. Then I'm going to say, I'm going to make a long form video where I'm going to talk on video for like 30 seconds to 2 minutes, emphasizing this angle. Then I'm going to make a TikTok style piece of content that talks about this marketing angle. Then I'm going to make an image ad or a few of them that do this marketing angle. And then I'm going to roll all of those out, right? That's what the algorithm really wants. It wants a ton of diversity of content because they are saying, we know exactly what type of ads people want to see. We know exactly what type of problems they're going through at any given time, and what they are looking to solve in that moment too is a big part of it, because their problems could change on a daily basis. So this is a very advanced retrieval system that you're just going to want to give it a lot more content, because in the past, when we could only use these very general marketing angles, like with magnesium, only the sleep angle would work because only that angle appealed to the most amount of people in order to give it a chance to work. It's now saying, hey, if you want to make that joint pain ad that only 10% of people have, it works now, that you can do that. And this will allow people to sell to a lot more different customer avatars, scale a lot further, and run ads profitably a lot longer. And because of that, Facebook should be able to get away with charging a higher CPM over time. So it's a win-win for everyone, which is the only way that these algorithm updates work. So just understand, Facebook is not trying to screw you over, but you are going to have to play the new game because the other advertisers are going to, and you don't want to get left behind. So that is my take on Meta Ads Andromeda right now. make sure you're subscribed to the channel, because in 2 to 4 months, I'll be doing an update video once I've been able to roll out these strategies into all of the different ads, the ad accounts that I manage, and have some more hard data for you. I'm going to be happy to report that back to you. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.